If you'd like to start these videos from this point and get your environment set up, here are the steps in order to do that. First, download the resource pack, and then in the Part 1 Steps folder, you're going to take the 43rd step, which is called Adding Slides. You'll copy this to a place on your hard drive. This will be the base directory for the project that we use throughout the videos. In here is everything that you need up to this point, but in order to run this project, you will need to have installed several components on your computer. First, you'll need SAS installed, and we're actually running SAS with Compass. So go ahead and watch the videos on how to install and run those. In order to run SAS, you'll have to install Ruby. And we also have videos on installing Ruby for Windows and Mac earlier on in this series. We also have a couple of package managers installed. The first one is Bower, which relies on Node. And again, there are videos for installing those earlier on in the series. And then we also have Bundler. So ultimately, you'll end up using Bundler in order to install SAS, as well as a couple of SAS extensions and Compass. Now you should be able to install those once you have Bundler running by using this gem file here. As you can see, if we look at it, it lists SAS and the extensions that we're using. You can also use Bower in order to install the Bower components, but they already come bundled here in the resource pack. Once you get everything configured, and it is a good bit, but I'm guessing if you're jumping in here partway through, you probably understand many of those components already. You're going to go to the command line, and you'll need two windows open. In one of them, what we're going to do is run the command bundler exec compass watch. And this will begin watching our SAS style sheets for changes and rendering them as CSS. Note that this command should run in your base directory, so if you haven't navigated to that in the command line tool that you're using, go ahead and do that first. In the second window, you'll also navigate to your base directory for your project, and you'll run HTTP server. Now this is something that comes bundled with Node, which you would have installed in order to use Bower. And once you run this, then our website becomes available on localhost 8080. So that's the 8080 port on localhost. This is just rapidly spinning up a web server for us to use for our site. Certain aspects of the site require that server. At this point in the video series, what we've done is we finished styling one of our slideshows, and we're about to move on to styling our second one. Before that, we went through each element on the page and created the HTML markup and CSS rules that would get it looking the way that we wanted. Okay, that should be enough to help you get your environment set up. We'll see you at the next video.